that was cool.
It's Wednesday, baby.
Is it?
A new night.
Do you think anybody has ever sang that song in like a karaoke bar?
Maybe back in 1996.
Never say years ago, potentially.
How we doing tonight, guys?
Catchy.
I'll be able to tell you later on.
I'm looking forward to hearing that. Joey, how are you, my friend?
Can't complain.
I think it was only fitting, Vinny. Since we're going to be talking about Saturday night main event tonight, this Saturday, we're going to change up a little bit for our debut episode on Wednesday.
Yeah.
Jerry, good evening, sir. I am tired. Mike, I know you are.
I'm okay right now. I'm slightly okay.
Doing okay. My Christmas party today. At home. Good food for the most part, but yeah, man, I'm tired. One more week of work, and then I'm off for the holidays.
Nice. Enjoy it. Relax.
Exactly. Or try to relax.
I hear that pour. What you getting? What you pouring tonight?
A little hypnotic.
Something that we can't show on camera. This is a family show, right? That's a long pour. Jesus.
Sometimes you gotta. Some days you need a longer pour than others.
I get it, man. I get it.
I mean, never know, man.
You know what? You make a good. How do you ruin a burger?
Overcook it.
Not enough condiments.
Bad quality of meat.
It was a 6 out of 10. I had to give it a ranking. Everything else was good. Dessert was great. Coffee was good. Sides were good. The starter was nice.
Did you put mayonnaise on it? I know how you Canadians like to put mayonnaise on the burger.
We do, but I didn't have any.
Wow.
So
really? Are you serious?
Thank you, Mr. Douglas. Thank you.
I get a lot of hate for I don't think any reason at all. But Brandon Douglas, you are now banned from Pounding the Meat, and you are banned from All Elite Belts. And if you keep it up, sir, I'm going to make sure that the people that I control will also come after you. What's up, Brandon? Thanks for joining us tonight.
We'll have a nice little conversation later, Brandon.
Yeah, we are. Definitely.
Oh, shit.
Guys, there's a lot to talk about tonight. Even though we're on a new night, there's another WWE not WWE, another wrestling promotion on right now. WWE wannabe promotion on right now at this hour. And you know what? At first, Jones, when you made this suggestion, when you made this change, I'm like, for a split second, I thought to myself, how am I going to watch Dynamite? And then I realized I haven't watched Dynamite in so goddamn long that it doesn't really matter.
I have Dynamite recorded every Wednesday.
Same.
And then Thursday, I'll go to, I'll look at it, and you know what I do? I delete it.
It's like Brandon. Delete.
Yeah.
Miguel, how are you, sir?
What's up, Miguel? Yeah, it's.
I have to really turn off that DVR.
It's just, it's unbearable. It is absolutely unbearable. I know we talked a little bit about it last week, and I'm sure our guests later tonight will have a lot to say about their thoughts about the current product of AEW. But until they arrive, then don't tell me that.
That sparks my interest.
That's I'll only want to tune in tonight because of Matt Cardona.
Mm-hmm.
So I might have to tune in just for Mr. Deathmatch over there. I'm probably am I the fuckers or the gentleman?
I believe I'm the latter.
Oh.
I'm not a gentleman because
that
long pour was in honor of him. So
that's
this
very
was for
kind
you.
of you. So Saturday night. Gonna be the first Saturday night main event in how many years has it been?
Since 2006 and then 07 maybe.
Man, it's been that long.
That's the Holyfield fight?
Oh god, I don't know. Man,
What was the last?
It was so bad.
Yeah, man. I remember Batista. Correct me if I'm wrong, Joe. You're the encyclopedia. Batista, John Cena, and Crime Time versus Kane, JBL, and the Legacy. When was that? It's tattooed in my brain.
What about when Randy Orton RKO'd Hulk Hogan on the car? Wasn't that Saturday night's main event?
I think it was. That would have been Jones's probably favorite Saturday night main event. Just to see Hulk Hogan get RKO'd.
I didn't dislike him at the moment.
At that time, no.
The disdain hadn't kicked in yet.
So going back and rewatching it, it'll be probably one of your favorite episodes.
Yep.
But this week, I think there are four matches that are announced currently, and there's one more based on what happens on SmackDown.
There's 5, right?
There will be 5 matches.
Oh, yes.
I'd like to know what your predictions are, gentlemen, if we can go through the match card tonight. And like I said, one of the matches will be determined on, I was going to say tomorrow. I have to get in the habit of saying that we are on Wednesday nights now, but on Friday on SmackDown. But the first match on the card that's advertised is Sammy going one-on-one with Drew McIntyre. The Scottish Warrior, he's back. He's back with another vengeance. What's going to happen, boys?
It's hard to say because I don't know who the heel in the match is.
I hope Drew takes the head off that ginger, kicks it. I don't think you give Drew a loss here.
Drew, after coming off of the incredible matches and storytelling that he's had with Punk, going away for a little while, and now coming back and going after a guy like Sammy, I think it makes the most sense for him, obviously, to go over. He needs to go over. And against Sammy, of all people, I hope he rips him limb from limb. I can say that because I'm Canadian.
It could always be a DQ finish, and it still won't hurt him.
Oh, man, that was so great. You want to know why I think he's going after Sammy and Jay? Because of them teaming up with Punk.
It makes the most sense.
So
it makes the most sense. King Jay Sean, what is up?
What up, King Jay Sean? You got a crumb rind for me?
He's got a few, probably.
Just asking.
Heel Kevin, what's up?
What up,
Long
Kev?
time no see.
Yo.
Great having you, man. It's good to be here on Wednesday nights. But back to our Saturday night main event preview. Yeah, man, I think Drew has to come out on top of this.
A DQ finish won't hurt me. Well,
Not at all.
because it could be a beatdown.
Give me 1 second. My little guy is losing his mind. You guys take over.
I could see maybe Zeth interfering. Possibly, maybe.
Yeah, that could potentially happen. Either way, like Sammy can get a fluke win. Like not Kevin. Whoa, Drew got overzealous, was too busy trying to destroy him, and boom, quick roll up.
I wonder if this Drew's in the spot that Bronson Reed was going to be.
That's potentially could what would be smart.
Yeah, because it was reported that Drew wasn't supposed to come back for like another couple of weeks, maybe a month, and so they rushed it because Bronson Reed is injured.
Yeah,
he's out for months. I mean, Tonga Loa's out for months, and now with that biceps.
yeah. So hopefully
Jimmy will be back by January.
Yeah,
but the crazy thing is, like, you have people get injured, but you have such a deep roster.
You can like this next man up mentality.
Yeah, like it's
sad for the person who got injured, but
yeah,
it's the business. Unfortunately, you have to have the next man up mentality. Isn't this the match that caused the tournament at WrestleMania?
Yeah, with Earl and Dave as
Yep.
referees.
See, I have some knowledge of Hogan. It's not just a pure hate. I know some of what he does or did. I'm not looking forward to seeing him tomorrow, though. Well, not tomorrow, on Saturday.
My apologies for that, gentleman. I know it's been a little while since your kids were 3 years old, but I'm sure you remember all too well. My goodness, those terrible twos, they carry over a while.
I'm about to say, sometimes they go into 5s and 6 years.
So he's into Power Rangers right now, and we're watching the original series. I gave him all of my toys from the 90s. And yeah, he wanted to watch Power. He's got to get ready for bed, to go to bed right now, but he's yelling at his mom. He's upset that he wants to watch Power Rangers.
How far in the series are you?
Still series 1, but there's like, my goodness, how many episodes are there?
I want to say
Series
50? Yeah, 40, 50, yeah.
Something like that. So we're probably about 3/4 of the way in. So but he's loving it, man. He is a huge Power Rangers fan, big Spider-Man fan, big wrestling fan. Jerry goes, my kid's 9, and just as annoying. Yeah.
See?
So thank you for understanding my pain, and I don't know what I'm doing. I got another one coming in about 50 days. So I've got another handful coming on. So
me
pray
and
for
Joe
me,
got,
gentlemen.
me and Joe got teenagers, so
That's a whole different beast.
whole different ball game. Once that attitude started kicking, it was like, oh wait. It's like, what are you doing?
Yeah, when you have like a boy teenager, and it's funny because you'll see them like, get, and they'll do stuff, and I get mad at it, but I'm like, hold on, man, he's acting just like what I did when I was young.
When you see yourself or you see your wife in your child, and I'm not talking about the lovely, pleasant moments when you see the attitude or you see a certain face or a certain look or certain sound that they make. And for that split second, you're like, but then you realize that's just me in that little mini form.
I say they earned this one. They didn't ask for it.
Yeah. Where were we at, gentlemen, in our discussion? Sorry,
we stopped. We were just talking about Drew, and then I'm saying it's I'm agreeing with you. It should either be a Drew victory or a disqualification victory for Sam, or you could do the cheap victory and then he gets trashed after.
Would be pretty good. Maybe Drew just goes on just a complete rampage. Just goes bananas.
I see Seth costing Sammy. The match.
Seth is not on the card after all, right? So interjecting him into that storyline and building that towards the new year, because the rumor is, just to go off track just for a second, that first episode on Netflix, they're advertising, or at least they're not advertising, but the rumor is that it's going to be Punk and Seth on the very first episode of Netflix.
They're actually, geez, Dill.
Oh my goodness. I hope Drew does that. Brock Kofi finishes Sammy. You know what, man?
I wouldn't be upset at it.
I wouldn't be funny. That would be great. That would be great.
Oh wow. That Punk Seth match is all but confirmed, but from what I've been hearing, it's all hands on deck for that first Raw. There's even rumored to be a Roman Reigns versus Jacob Fatu match.
Oh my goodness. It's not that long from now.
And you have The Rock coming on there.
Cena. I'm
what
pretty
an
sure
era.
you're getting some legends.
100%.
Raw's going to open up with the intro. You're going to hear, if you smell, and then the little circle is going to...
Just the entire platform shuts down.
Damn you, Netflix!
Speaking of that, I definitely think that the ratings for that night will be significantly higher than what Raw is pulling on average week to week, just because of the hype, the shift to Netflix. I'm not saying they're going to be getting 60 million viewers like the Paul Tyson match, but I definitely think we're going to be seeing numbers much higher than we have on cable television for quite some time.
Here's what I want to know. How many new subscribers does Netflix have since they announced this change to Netflix?
That would be an interesting stat to look into, and to add on to that, how many people are going to subscribe or resubscribe to Netflix just for WWE? Because if you're getting everything, if you're getting Raw, you're getting the PLEs, and you're going to be eventually getting every show.
Whoa.
That's for your international folk.
Well, so that's
we still have Peacock until
Yeah.
2026
for one more year, correct?
Yeah, and I've already seen reports that they're looking to shop just to be safe.
So they're not going to put all their eggs in one basket.
Yeah, you don't have the network no more.
I know you've been upset about that for quite some time, but yeah, it will finally come.
I want to watch my old superstars from '92 and '91. You know,
I don't have Netflix personally. I got rid of it because I use a different streaming service that I can't talk about on this show because I don't need the feds coming after me.
You do what? You hear about it the next day.
Yeah, I read the dirt sheets. Yeah. I listen to what Uncle Dave has to say on X. And that's how I get my wrestling information.
You subscribe to the wrestling newsletter, huh? The Wrestling Observer.
Listen, if you are subscribed to Dave's Wrestling News Network, please just.
This isn't Uncle Dave's Kool-Aid. This is Uncle Mikey's Kool-Aid, so it's different.
I might resubscribe just for WWE. I might.
I am not. SummerSlam was good for me for that, but there'll be other big PLEs that I will be attending possibly in 2025.
Would be nice if you came to the Elimination Chamber, but
there's an event in Toronto in March that everyone around me seems to be going to, and
people are flying in from all over the world.
There's a few events that I will have to go to probably in the summer. There's a few months around there where I'll be able to.
Yeah, true.
It's going to be a good year. It's going to be a great year for wrestling. And yeah, the fact that we are here and now talking about Saturday night's main event and what's going to come this week and then what's going to follow suit in 2025.
Yeah.
Man, I'm excited. I'm excited. The next match on the card is Gunther defending his title against Finn Balor and Damian Priest in a triple threat match.
I like this.
See, here's where I'm torn because I wanted to see the singles match with Finn. I wouldn't have minded Finn actually winning in a singles match. Even though I do have a feeling that Punk's going to find his way into that title picture soon. But either way, Punk versus Gunther, Punk versus Finn, or Punk versus Damian could be very interesting.
All three are great matches, potential for great feuds. Joe, what do you think's going to happen, man?
I think Gunther retains. Don't see Gunther losing the belt this quick. I would love to see a run with Finn as the champion. I've been enjoying Finn's work. You know, I think Finn's finally getting his due with Triple H in charge. Because, Finn comes up. Finn was a beast in NXT. I mean, Finn was making 6 figures. He was making a lot of money in merch. I think he was behind Cena at the time when he was in NXT for merch. He comes up, wins the title, gets injured in that match at SummerSlam with Rollins. Then it hasn't been the same.
No.
Now you're seeing I don't want to see a little bit of the Bullet Club Finn, Some heel
It's
Finn.
been a long time coming for Finn. Yes. And I don't think he's really had the respect that he deserves after dropping that Universal title. Okay, he's had some good runs here and there with some of the secondary belts and the tag titles. If they're still champions, right? Did he even defend it? But he needs a world title, and they're finally rising him back to the top. I'd love to see, and no disrespect to Damian, I really was hoping for a one-on-one match, but I think Priest has done such a good job. And a lot of people didn't give him also the credit that he rightfully deserves as champion. He impressed a lot of people. A lot of people, even if he was, a lot of people look at him as a paper champion. They don't take him. I think he is a great asset to the title picture, but I'm going to have to go with what King Jay Sean in the comments is saying. I think Gunther comes out of this and retains, especially if there is going to be a switch of champions with the upcoming draft, with the trades and whatnot. If he's going to Friday nights and we've got Cody potentially, or whoever wins the match this Saturday, going to Mondays, I would love to see Gunther carry the title a little bit longer, but it still begs the question, who's going to be the one to take the world title off of Gunther? And I think CM Punk is the front runner for that, Jones.
I agree. This is also a valid point we need to look into. This could be the point where the Judgment Day finally breaks up from Finn. Or they could finalize it. Well, you can see the tension start here. It finalizes Monday since they have the tag team title match.
That's right.
Yeah, because Finn's been taking shots at Tom like crazy, putting him in these ridiculous matches.
And you got to think, how much longer is this Judgment Day story going to carry out? I think it's played out.
Very much so.
Things done. It had a good run.
It did. I think it was a great storyline, but there's not much more that I can see. Then again, I'm not the one booking this. I'm not the one in charge making the big bucks doing this. But I don't see anything else that's different than what they've already done coming out of the Judgment Day. Unless you put that belt on Finn, and then you see how that dynamic works out. But again, I think we're all in agreement. As much as we would like to see Finn hold that belt, it's not going to happen this Saturday.
I'm about to say if he wins it, he needs to hold it to at least Elimination Chamber.
I would, at the very least, he's got to go. He's got to go on a run.
I think he holds it to WrestleMania and loses it to Punk possibly at Mania.
That would be a hell of a match.
I'm not gonna say that's not.
Is
a good
that
idea.
main event worthy though?
Of Mania?
And just thinking about Punk not getting that main event match all these years, is that the kind of match they're going to want to give Punk?
Finn would have to go on a hell of a tear for that to be a main event for me.
No, I was talking about Gunther and Punk.
Oh, okay. That's main event worthy.
Because you could see the story there. Gunther be like, yo, you never main evented WrestleMania. You're finally main eventing it. But you're not completing this.
Yeah. And especially with just chopping Punk down. The story.
I'm afraid for him because.
But do you want to have Gunther lose 2 titles at WrestleMania back to back?
That's a good point too, Joe.
It won't hurt him.
No,
but I get what you're saying. But
I still want to see Seth take the title off Gunther and Punk versus Rollins at Mania, possibly.
And maybe we get that preview right on the first night on Raw on Netflix.
But what if Punk beats Gunther and then Seth says, "No, Seth needs to win," because you're right. Because Punk you don't have what I want anymore, so I don't need you. I'm looking past you.
So maybe it will be.
That's not out of the question, Del.
I'd like to see Punk and Cena again.
That's not out of the question. Whoever wins drops it to Cena for one more Cena versus Punk. And that is a main event.
Save that for Money in the Bank. Go completely full circle with it.
You could have Rollins beat Gunther at Rumble. Punk wins the Elimination Chamber. And faces Rollins at WrestleMania.
Damn, I like that, though.
Man, we're cooking tonight. I like this.
I forgot my chef hat tonight.
Absolutely, man. Seth versus Punk, WrestleMania. I'm gonna say this every show until it happens. I need those Punk side plates.
Punk versus Roman could happen too. Don't forget.
Ooh,
my goodness.
Remember,
yeah.
Heyman owes him a favor.
It's just a matter of time.
Because Roman's a guaranteed main event. Punk can be like, he can keep just missing out on the title. I want Roman at WrestleMania. But wait. I want Roman at WrestleMania. You owe me. And then he's just like, I'm sorry, my tribal chief.
What if so you could do, I would do Roman and Punk at Mania if it's Rock and Cody at Mania.
I hope that's a lie that Rock's not doing Mania because
But who would Gunther or Cody face? Because you're going to have to put Punk and Roman as the main event at Mania. Is it going to be for a title?
I would imagine that. Now, Roman in and of himself is a main event.
he doesn't
with or
need the
without a
title
belt.
for that. He
doesn't need a
belt, man.
title. As much as I would love to see the strap on the line for that match, he doesn't need it, in my opinion.
We're forgetting somebody. Even though I think I'll get into that later, I have a feeling somebody. I kind of think I know who will be fighting Cody in January.
You're
What
gonna
if
leave
the
us on a-
favor? What if the favor is the number 30 entrance into the Rumble?
and it
That's
just
a
comes
waste,
out?
though. Not
I
many
know.
people went from the 30th spot.
I think Bedoy's just trying to slob on your knob there, Jones. And
Appreciate it, but I don't know the extent of the injury yet, so it's kind of hard to put him in pictures. But if he's ready for Mania, yeah, Gunther could face him for the championship. But the only thing I'm going to be pissed about that means I have to buy another belt.
is that really going to make or break it for you?
That's a perfect
I can
belt.
fight. I can fight it up until then.
That I think that belt would look perfect on you, Mike.
I want that belt.
It's growing on me. I'm trying to justify it with my wife saying that because she's like, oh, "You're done now, right?" I'm like, "You're never really done."
Every time I see someone post code for like 30% and I use it on that belt and it works, I'm like,
My son loves Cody. I'm gonna get it for him. my son that's about to be born, he'll be a Cody fan as well.
oh, you're talking about the Cody belt.
yeah.
I'm talking about the Gunther belt.
They're
I
both
already
good.
have a version of the Cody belt.
You need another.
I have the Roman version, so it's more
You do
fitting
need
for me.
They've alluded to this, King J. Sean.
Me and Roman share a birthday, so I'm fine with that.
So does me and Freddie Prince Jr. So, I'm good.
So when he gets his new promotion, you buy the belt.
There's a lot of good predictions in the comments tonight, and I think Cody versus Punk for the belt. That's money too, man. Jerry, that's another.
What would be funnier if he brought out that bogus AEW belt?
Or what if he just puts an X on the WWE title and says I'm the real world champion? Oh man!
What if he still has that belt and brings it out and they blur it out like Flair in the Crumb Ride?
Yeah.
From what I've heard, because I got the inside scoop every now and then, he did bring that belt back. It is in the possession of AEW. For the longest time, though, he did have that belt, and certain makers and folks were very, very upset with Punk for holding on to that title.
You could buy a replica and spray paint.
Yeah. I'm tempted up. I'm gonna buy a cheap boot and do it.
Right?
No.
I'm not going to do it on the official.
You can buy the toy belt from. I was going to say Toys R Us, but you guys don't have Toys R Us. So
Yes, we do actually.
you've got one. It doesn't count.
No. Toys R Us are in Macy's now.
Yeah.
Over
In
here.
the
In little
mall.
like pop-up
Yeah.
stores.
Yeah.
It's a full-fledged section.
That's pretty nice.
It's not a Toys R Us, but at least I get to walk by a Jeffrey statue. So
Well, if you come to Elimination Chamber, Michael, I will take you to a real Toys R Us. So
don't do that because I'm gonna go broke.
you're not going home if you come to Toronto, so it doesn't really matter.
Toys R Us is back.
All messed up.
King J. Sean, give us a moment. We were going to talk about that in just a little bit, but there is that rumor. We can't show the video due to copyright, but if you go to All Elite Belts, you go to Twitter and see where Triple H posted it first, you can certainly watch that video. We're going to talk about it in a moment. Ronnie Fields says, I'm sure I have a Fanatics gift card coming for Christmas, and I'll be getting the new Undisputed. Bedoy, you say this every damn time you get a belt. Did you get the raffle belt yet? Let me know.
That's the one he's talking about. Wasn't
That's
that
the one?
Yeah.
That's the one. Yeah, I forgot. I thought it was a big gold for some reason. Open it, man. What are you doing? I've been waiting for that message. Let me know. Got to take care of the people that win, just in case something.
Send it to
Sometimes
me.
things happen in shipping.
Send
I want
it
to make
to
sure
me.
that you're okay, bro.
You bought
Um,
one. You bought what today, King J. Sean?
I think he's talking about the new World Heavyweight Championship or a new Winged Eagle. I don't know with King J. Sean.
Knowing him as
King J.
far
Sean
as
has so many tricks in his bag. He
it's
might
a
be
suit.
talking about another crumb rind for all we
I'm about
know.
to say, yeah, he has. Ah,
Oh man, look at this guy.
Speaking of tardy,
Look at this.
tardy to the party, but I bet
Tardy
he's still
to the
hardy.
party. We'll give him a minute because he's making me dizzy right now. He's doing, jeez.
Going in circles.
You just put that thumbs up when you're ready there, big
Yeah.
boy.
Let us know. So we do have a special guest tonight. We alluded to that at the beginning of the show. We've got someone coming on. The next match. So we're all in agreement that Gunther retains at Saturday Night Main Event.
Yeah.
He's ready. He's ready.
Okay. Let's bring on tardy to the party, Mr. Carmine Sabia.
Oh, listen, I went to Catholic school, man. That's how we learned how to talk. Don't be retarded.
Mr. Sabia, how are you?
Fantastic. How are you?
We're
Can't
doing
complain.
well. We're talking wrestling. We're talking Saturday Night Main Event. We're going through the card right now. We've got a couple more matches, and then we're going to talk about
Right there.
the.
Look at that. Crown jewel belt right there, baby.
Look at that, right next to the Christmas tree. It's already Christmas in the Sabia household.
Yeah, it's next to the golden title.
I like that display case.
That's
Thank
really
you.
nice.
If I knew how to flip the phone around, I could show you. Oh, look, it's me and Mr. Jones. I just saw Mr. Jones there. Me and Mr. Jones. Is there a way to flip the camera around? Because I want to show you guys the Crown Jewel Mini. Have you seen the Crown Jewel Mini?
Yeah, I was upset they only made a mini of that. They should have made a full size
Well,
out of that.
so I have a maker, a really, really good maker, making me the real one. And it's a lot of money, but it's going to be worth it. But it's like a zillion stones. And I'm getting.
I hope you send it to Richard Simpson afterwards to get it resold.
No. He's the guy's doing cubics. It's top notch maker.
That's nice.
But I don't understand. Richard Simpson would have to charge $1,000 just to restone that if they did a replica, man.
Yeah.
And it would be great, but I don't understand why they didn't make the replica of that.
Because they had the ones they put in the trophy case were replicas.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. So why didn't they make the damn replica? It doesn't make sense. You got to figure they would have charged $1,500, right? But if you made it a limited edition of 200, I think the Survivor Series belt's still for sale.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
It
if you
would
made
sell out. Yeah.
you would sell out. And I mean, there's people that are willing to pay that for that kind of belt, and that's a Mike Jones size belt.
That's why I wanted it. I was just
I
like,
know
oh,
you want, yeah.
I was like, yes, I'm going to. Oh, you have the mini.
That belt would have sold out if they put it on the shop.
It would have sold out.
Carmine, speaking of belts, you've got a little shout out right here. King J. Sean saying that you have a mutual friend. And he wanted to know
that's
if you could
cool.
borrow the C4
No,
just a
you
little bit.
cannot borrow the C4. I talked to a guy today that has the Arosha and the C4, and he said the Arosha is a very, very good belt for the price, and he praised it. He's like, but it's not the C4. And I think you can do that with a lot of different belts. The C4 is a different. This is my favorite case because in this case you have the C4, the IWGP V4 official, the Trump belt by Red Leather. You got the NWA 25th anniversary by Dan McMahon, and then you got the Golden from WrestleMania, the Saudi Arabian Crown Jewel official, and then the Mini, and then the Elite World Heavyweight and the Roman. So this is my favorite belt of official shit. And then my favorite case of official shit.
Mm-hmm.
Good setup.
We're repainting and doing the whole house though. So I just went a little crazy this year. I went a little crazy. I think my belt collection is done though with what I have on order.
Right.
For now.
Yeah.
Every time you
okay.
say you're done, you find something else.
And I've said I'm done for 2 years.
I was about to say the inner child always will find a way to come out.
It's true, no, because I said I was done tonight, and somebody contacted me about a belt they have, and I'm like, oh.
Mm-hmm.
You're never really done.
Just never say you're done. Just saying
I'm done for now.
I'm satisfied. Just say I'm satisfied with my.
Here's the problem: I live in an apartment, right? So my space is limited, and my girlfriend's like wanted to redo the whole thing,
Mhm.
and do it really nice and like adult like this room that you see behind you. This was all action figures like a week ago or a month ago, and now it's a living room actually with a couch and
You're
a
a
few
big
big.
boy now, Carm. I look at you with a
I'm
living
like an
room, bro.
adult, yeah. I'm like doing the adult thing, and so yeah, no, it's really it's just interesting because we're just repainting and doing everything like because my rooms were one, two, three, four rooms of like action figures and belts, and so now we have a storage unit where a lot of action figures are, and you know, I was like, I think I have like a hoarding issue, you know, and I have a FOMO issue. I have a FOMO issue, which is I always want to, I don't want to miss out on, some. And by the way, I put it real quick on to Joe Vatanza because I think of you every time I play this game, playing Mario U. And you don't need the damn stupid crown. It's a waste because I use Mario, and as long as you get the P acorn,
Yeah.
that's better than the crown. And so I beat it with the P acorn. And then if you go out to Superstar Road, you need that P acorn to get some shit because those boards are damn near impossible.
I haven't played that game in a while. I need to play it.
You know what, man? I set up 3 Nintendo accounts just so I could keep playing them again and again and again and again. I got the Xbox, was it Series X, and I got the PS5, and I got the Switch, and I got the Oculus. I almost exclusively play the Switch because I'm a baby. Like I like to give me Donkey Kong and Mario and shit like that. You give me Call of Duty. I remember I played the new Call of Duty,
Mhm.
and I like kept falling down in the first like 5 feet of the game and dying. I was like, fuck this. Yeah. I bought the new WWE game when it came out. I haven't played it yet.
It's a fun game.
Yeah.
Pretty good. I haven't played since
I've
March.
I've never liked wrestling games though because they're so hard to. My recollection of them when it got to like the Super Nintendo stage was like it was so hard to do a cool move. You had to like
Yeah.
hit 17 buttons, and
Oh, he's talking about WrestleMania the arcade game.
is that what that was?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I
That was a
remember
war
that
game.
shit. It was like impossible.
Nothing.
You guys remember? You guys remember a game called was it Urban Fighter or something where you used to have to punch the guy and then he'd fall in the sewer?
No.
You
Yeah.
guys remember? And there'd be somebody dropping like plants from the second
Mm-hmm.
story window. Yeah. What was that called? Urban something.
Uh,
Urban Rain?
No, no. Was it Urban Fighter? It was a very common name.
I think it
I
was
remember.
Urban Fighter or something like that. But
Was it Urban Fighter? And I
it
remember.
was a basic. It was like it was when they were first doing the 3D style graphics.
Yeah, yeah. And then there was. You guys remember Kung Fu for the
Or was it
Nintendo?
Urban Champion?
That's it. Urban Champion.
Mm,
Urban Champion. Yes, yes.
Right.
So how you guys doing with Christmas movies? You watch a lot yet, or
I've watched one with my son. I watched The Grinch the other day.
Frosty the Snowman was on tonight? I missed it.
Every time Christmas Vacation is on, so I watch it, so the wife gets a little annoyed. Because
It's one of my
Well, right, because listen, because they show the same movies getting in. So I want to assure everybody, if you've missed Home Alone, it will be on every day from now till Christmas on Freeform.
And so
every
will
day.
Home Alone 2 and 3
And 3.
and 4.
Not 4. Not 4.
No.
4 and 3 are a little hard to get, but 1 and 2,
Mhm.
and then like Joe was saying, Christmas Vacation's on almost every day on AMC, along with Elf, which is on
Yeah.
almost every day on AMC.
and Christmas with the Cranks.
I've never seen it. I always see it on. Never seen it. Also, the Santa Claus is on quite often, but I haven't seen that this year. But you should see my list, bro. My list is awesome. Like, I got all the cartoons, and I want to recommend to anybody. It's on Peacock. I want to recommend to anybody the first ever animated Christmas special. It's first ever before Rudolph. The first ever animated Christmas special, which is Mr. Magoo's Christmas Carol,
Mhm.
which is absolutely phenomenal. It's phenomenal. And so if you get a chance, watch that on Peacock. You will thank me. It's a great show. Anyway, I'm sorry. I don't mean to talk about all this other crap.
Oh, that's okay. It's nice to have you on, Carmine. Nice to hear about you getting into the Christmas spirit. You got to see some of your belts and
I'm a Christmas baby.
tree up, man. I know you're a big Christmas guy. Will you be watching Saturday Night Main Event this weekend?
You know what? Normally I would say no, and I'll tell you I'm going to. Normally I would say no because it's like it's Saturday night's main event, but it's not my guys.
Yeah.
Junkyard Dog ain't gonna be there. Terry Funk ain't gonna be there. Hogan ain't gonna be there. It's gonna be
Hogan might be
Hogan
there.
well, he'll
will
be there, but he will be
Yeah.
wrestling. You know what I mean? It's not.
Yeah.
I can't recapture my youth, is what I'm saying.
So
I
what,
can't
what
wait to
what's
see him wrestle
making
right now
you have a
anyway.
change of heart?
What's making me change of heart is Jesse Ventura is going to be commenting, and so I'm excited about that. And like I have friends that are either in WWE or WWE Hall of Fame now and stuff, and like when I talk to them, we don't even talk about wrestling like ever. I just wrestling's so far away from my thought process at this point. Like I love the beauty of wrestling belts, so I collect them. You know, I don't even know if I'm in like a handful of groups now. I only post in All Elite, Big Boys, and Belt Talk and Championship Belt Brothers. If I'm in any other groups, I don't know. Occasionally I'll post in 4mm. If I'm in any other groups, I don't even know. I think I've been kicked out of a lot because I'm talking to you. So, but I haven't actually checked. But I've been excommunicated from certain circles for that purpose.
Oh, there's
by
been
the way,
some shots at you, so it's okay.
Are there's some shots? People taking shots at me? Where?
On certain shows.
I had my life threatened yesterday, so I'm good, man. I like literally threatened, like had to call the FBI life threatened yesterday. So they were like, the CEO was first, you're next. I'm like, well, you know, think you need a visit from some federal agents. And so that's my life. So if people are taking shots at me on other shows, you can take it. Listen, if you're taking a shot at me on a show where there's more people on the screen than there are watching, knock yourself out. You know, I don't. This shit means nothing. It means less than nothing to me. And
I don't blame you at all.
you know, yeah, exactly.
Here's a guy that I know you and Vinny haven't seen eye to eye in past, but
Yeah,
I think recently you guys have reached out to one another, or if you haven't, you know, there's been some mutual respect at the very least. But yeah, it's interesting. Vinny says that he's been kicked out of so many groups, guys who once liked you, Carmine. And Carmine, you're a polarizing figure in many respects. We've talked about this. You and
I'd like to give a shout out real quick to Ethan Thompson. I'm not talking about him. I'm not talking about Ethan. Because I know people misconstrued that last time when I was talking about. I'm not talking about him. He was never a dick about me talking to you or anybody else. But go ahead. Yeah, I am polarizing. I'm
and
north.
at the same time,
I am north polarizing.
Boo!
we don't want you in Canada, Carmine.
Wait, just for that boo. Did you hear about the kid, Mike Jones? You hear about the kid who had an accident in preschool? It was a peekaboo accident. Kid actually got hurt playing peekaboo. They had to take him to the ICU.
Cut the feed. The show's over.
You know, when does a joke become a dad joke? When it becomes
that's in line with a dad joke.
Well, when does a joke become a dad joke? Though there's an answer to this question. When it becomes apparent.
Oh my god, you're just full of them tonight, Carmine.
So go ahead. Yeah, I'm a polarizing guy. I am.
Say, but, you know, we do this all for fun.
Sure.
Ever since the pandemic, when BAM and PTM were arguably at their highest points, right?
We were.
This was all for fun. It always has been for fun, and even if things got carried away, at the end of the day, we're doing this on our spare time because we want to just talk about wrestling. We want to talk about belts. We want to talk to each other, the people that we've connected with over the last so many years.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of guys today, and we've talked about this even when you and I spoke during our interview, Carmine, a lot of guys are looking for those glory days from 4 years ago, from 5 years ago. It's never going to come back. Right? PTM has gone through a whole different revamp. We don't talk about belts anymore. We're talking about wrestling. Even
BAM, like when we do BAM, it's not about belts, you know. I mean, shit, how many belts have I gotten in the past 5 months, bro, where I haven't done an unboxing because I'm like, who fucking cares?
It is what it is. And you know what? Those days are behind us. But to kind of tie this back into Saturday night's main event, it's funny that you say that you're going to be watching this year, even though it's not the Saturday night main event of your past. You're not going to see guys like Hogan, Bret Hart, Macho Man kind of lock up. But why are you watching it this year? Just because of Jesse?
Well, it's a big thing. Plus, I think obviously the Winged Eagle's going to make a debut or a re-debut.
We haven't gotten there yet. Read the script.
I didn't see the script, man.
I heard it's gonna be like an old school entrance as well.
Yeah, but I heard. Listen, I saw the commercial today, and they were playing "Obsession" by Animotion, and I was
Mr.
like,
Intro.
That was part of
"Oh,
their
did you
intro.
use it? Did you use
Yeah.
Animotion? Okay." I always wondered why Vince McMahon chose "Who Do You Want Me to Be to Make You Sleep with Me" as the intro to Saturday Night's Main Event, but he did. You want to hear something messed up? There's a romantic song called "I'll Never Get Over You Getting Over Me" by Expose, and I can never listen to that song again without thinking of Charlie Brown over here. And that's so, yeah, I think of a bald man when I listen to that song. It's a great song, but it's a great song though. Yeah, no, you know what, man? I'm so hyped for Saturday Night's Main Event, and I wasn't until I heard the Animotion song today, and I was like, yes.
I think a lot of people are going to be watching for the nostalgia, for the main event, and we're going to get to that in a moment, but also for what you alluded to a moment ago, and we're going to get to that when we talk about the main event.
I don't even know what the matches are, but I'll tell you this: what I want to see in the beginning, I want to see the old school corny ass 30-second promos leading into the show. You remember that?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Remember the
Remember
30-second
Hogan in the
promos?
blue cage?
Yes. Oh, it's right. They're just, one guy's holding it on this side off camera, and he's just shaking the cage, and the guys are trying to hold it up probably. But that was cool, man. I used to love those. When you look back on it now, you could actually see the green outline on them from the green screen, which I didn't notice when I was a kid.
Red,
But
white, and blue ropes.
yes, they should do that.
I think they're going to.
Do you remember too how hokey the interviews were backstage? So like they'd be interviewing the honky tonk man. He's like, well, it's going to be at the Heartbreak Hotel tonight, and as long as Jake the Snake Roberts don't step all over my blue suede shoes, like every pun you could think of, they would squeeze into that little promo backstage. And it
Kind of
was
like your jokes about 5 minutes ago.
yes,
Wow.
yes.
Wow.
They should use them. My jokes were better than the pun filled, but I love it. I looked for a Gorilla Monsoon autograph the other day.
Nice.
They're going for like $1,000, bro.
Jeez.
They're going for like $1,000. It's crazy. I was a big Gorilla fan. I won't spend $1,000, but
I mean, your face is beaming. You say it's because you're dreaming.
of how good it's going to be.
You guys are all, I don't know what you're on tonight, but
You say you've been around, but now you've finally found everything you've
Everything
wanted
and needed.
in me. And I
Joe,
don't
we
have
should
the
do like
heart.
a karaoke night.
What is
We should.
going on?
Joe and I like really old fucking songs.
I've been working on my southern twang.
Are you?
Yeah.
Well, Southern for you is like Minnesota, though, right?
Wow.
Not yet.
Well,
When we become the 51st state, then maybe.
Yeah, good. And by the way, good luck on that.
Yeah.
Tired of carrying your ass.
Oh my!
You're the reason we
Lord.
can't ship to anything to you now.
You know what? There's other means to ship to Canada right now. Okay, Joe.
Oh yeah, that's right. Because you got the
Canada
strike,
Post is
right?
on strike. Yeah. It's been a little over 25 days now.
I don't think the USPS could go on strike legally. Our president has the power to step in and stop a strike like that. Like legally, he has the power to step in and stop it.
They do
25
as well.
days. So you guys haven't gotten any mail?
No. No mail for the last 25 days.
That's crazy.
It is what
But
it is.
I know your Prime Minister Castro though is probably on the case. He's
So here's the thing. Without going too deep into politics on this show, we, instead of legislating them back to work because of the power that the NDP government, Jagmeet Singh, because there could be an election in the early spring in 2025, he has gone on to say that if Trudeau does legislate them back to work, because he did that with the rail workers, that he will call an election.
so he does have the authority to do it.
He absolutely does. So it's a political move right now. And
But see, I don't understand Canada politics. So somebody can just call an election.
No, it's just given how much support that the NDP has as the second, I guess, party.
Well, let me ask you this question. So when you go to vote, though, right, you're not actually voting for prime minister, right? You're voting for a party, and then the party picks the prime minister. Is that how it works
No,
there?
that's not correct. So you are voting for the individual who represents the party. Very similar to how when you casted your vote, you were voting for Donald Trump. who represents the Republicans.
Technically, we're voting for the electors who are going to vote for Donald Trump.
Yeah, very
It actually
similar.
says on the ballot, you're the electors for Donald Trump. Interestingly, but in England, I believe they vote for the party, right? And then the party selects the prime minister. So it's different.
So it's similar, yet it's different because we've been under that umbrella for quite some
Also,
time.
so I'm interested about Canada. A lot of people don't know this. Canada does not have free speech. Canada does not have not free speech the way we
Not in
know
the
it.
same sense that you guys have it. Correct.
For instance, like if you walk down the street, you couldn't just shout a racial slur. You'd go to jail.
There are crimes for that. Correct.
Yeah, we could do whatever that we want. You might get your ass kicked, but you won't go to jail.
Yep.
In fact, the guy who kicks your ass will go to jail.
The second your freedom of speech infringes on someone else's freedoms, there are crimes that can be punished.
But if I call you a hoser, that doesn't infringe on your.
No, there's not.
I-
But if
but if I
let's
call
say
you-
use a racial slur towards someone out, in
That
public,
doesn't infringe on your freedoms. If I called you a racial slur right now, that wouldn't infringe on your freedom.
you're
still free.
different. Your understanding of freedom in an American sense is very different than the laws here in Canada.
Well, if you called me fat boy or baldy, well, oh, he's pointing at his watch.
Because we're getting off topic. See, who invited this guy, bro?
There's no watch on your wrist. You're just pointing at your wrist, Mike Jones.
Mike Jones is always on time.
Every time I see Mike Jones too, he starts to morph more and more into the lead singer of Living Color. Wow. He's got the hair now.
I was thinking PM Dawn.
Oh my
Set
goodness.
adrift on memory bliss.
Oh,
Got like
it's a
3
great
matches
song.
left. 3 matches left. We're almost
say-
at the hour.
We've got wrestling.
Yes, go back to wrestling.
Liv
Get back to
Morgan
wrestling.
versus Io Sky. Who's winning that one, boys?
Live.
Liv's retaining.
She's gonna live as my Jersey girl. She's gonna retain, and she's coming home to me.
Oh, I love.
And then we're gonna put that belt to good use.
Oh
Mm.
my god.
You're gonna have her do the Shawn Michaels pose, huh?
Oh yeah.
I
God,
think
she's
Liv is
beautiful.
definitely retaining. It's not her time to lose it yet. But Io would be a great person, I think, to take it off, especially with her spot.
I wouldn't mind her taking it off. Absolutely. I think she'd be.
We're talking
See,
about the title.
Oh no.
Here's where y'all misinterpreted what I was saying. It's Tiffy time.
Oh, the potential match.
Oh, you
Well,
think for that?
She
You think
teased
so?
NXT, but I don't think she's going to go for the NXT belt. That's a waste.
That wouldn't
She's
make sense.
finally going to cash in. Because she's
She
had
will.
that.
Will, we were talking last
Take
night
them
on the phone, okay? Don't worry about that. Love me
been a
some
long
Tiffy time.
You know, I got to see her win the Money in the Bank live in Toronto on Money in the Bank.
Lucky son of a bitch.
But yeah, man, she's had that briefcase for quite some time.
There's a lot of great women wrestlers nowadays, man. A lot of great. But here's the one thing WWE needs to stop doing. AEW, everybody needs to stop doing. Stop putting more than one woman against one other woman in a match. Tag team is okay. Stop having these clusterfuck matches. They're horrible. Women can't do them. They just can't. They look so choreographed and weak.
Whoa,
They can't do them, Jones.
Yes,
They can't do them.
You're
You see War Games?
War Games. All right.
minus Naya's spots.
I'm going to go completely. I'm defending Nia. I'm defending Nia.
I don't know how.
It's been on the record. Nia is guilty of being like this. Nia doesn't know her own strength. So therefore, if she swings the chair at her full strength, there's going to be casualties. So she's afraid of hurting somebody.
So why don't you
So-
just not use a chair?
That she should have called an audible, but maybe she doesn't feel comfortable, or maybe she doesn't know she can call that audible yet. Because some people don't think I'm high enough on the food chain to do so. Because
Use
You
like a
don't
kendo stick or like a
Yeah.
trash can or something.
yeah,
Nia Jax swinging a chair frightens the hell out of me. I would run for my life. I would cower worse than Naomi did.
I'm gonna say there's not like if she hits you, if she wants to hit you and hurt you, there's nothing you can do about it.
And it sucks because she seems like such a nice person, you know.
She's a
You could-
sweetheart.
You could see that she's a nice person.
Mhm.
She's Samoan though, and I gotta tell you that whole family, just from my experience with them, is just really just a bunch of really super nice people. Don't mess with them; they'll kill you.
I'm about to say yeah.
But if you don't mess with them, they're the nicest people you ever want to meet. Kind, giving. Rest in peace, Pops. I love Pops. Pops was great.
And in
Don't
Nia's
fuck that
defense,
switch.
when you look at her run now in comparison to her first run at WWE, she has improved drastically. She needed to be fired. She needed to find herself. She needed to come back.
Yeah.
And she's in a much better position. She's a much better worker, although there's still things that she can improve on. Absolutely. She is significantly better than the last time around.
Arguably, she's the number one rehire, in my opinion.
Certainly beats
Yeah.
Braun Strowman.
Bro, I was just gonna ask that when you said the rehire. What happened?
He got hurt.
Panetta's kind of morphing into Strowman, if you look at him closely.
I don't take that as a compliment in any way, shape, or
I mean, you're like a mini Strowman. I guess.
Yeah.
the Canadian.
You're like Braun Strowmini.
Oh my goodness. I'll take that at least. But yeah, man, he's been hurt for how long now? He's been off TV for a while.
He should be back.
Time for Rumble.
Yeah.
Just to get him thrown over the top rope. I don't
Yeah.
mind.
Yeah.
We've got a couple. Let's just go to the comments really quick. We've got Liv for sure. Jerry goes on to say he loves Liv, but he thinks he's going to flip that title. And
That guy's name is Boner?
Bonner.
Oh, Bonner. Sorry.
yeah, Sky wins and Tiffy cashes in as the new champ. Interesting.
Huh.
See if that
You know what?
turns out.
The Tiffy thing makes sense because you want something big to happen on Saturday Night's Main Event so people tune into the next Saturday Night's Main Event, right?
Which is January 26th, if I'm not mistaken.
But she could win the IC title, the women's. I mean,
I
women's
forgot she is in that. The
Yeah.
U.S.
That's
title.
right. She's in that tournament, correct?
U.S. title. Yeah.
Yeah.
She could win the Peekaboo title, and that would be the ICU title.
Oh my
They should have that title.
Wow.
Finally, finally, we get to the main event this Saturday. The main event between the current WWE champion Cody Rhodes taking on Kevin Owens. Now we're gonna go at this a couple ways. Is this gonna be the end of the show, boys? Is this what
no,
we are
he's not
going
gonna win, no.
see happen at the end of the event? Because the rumor is, based off the video that was released today on Triple H's social media platforms, Triple H is gifting Cody Rhodes what appears to be a belt for one night only. And everyone, the internet is running rampant with this. It's heavily speculated to be the return of the classic winged eagle design. Is this what we're going to see happen in the main event of the show?
No, you're not going to see him win it. No.
If
Jones?
if it's not the winged eagle, it's going to fall flat. So it better be the winged eagle. If they tease something like this for one night only, and they bring back another belt, I don't even care if it's the belt his dad almost won. No, that's not
No,
going
won't
to
work.
work.
No.
It's
I
got to be
will-
the Winged Eagle.
I will boo so loudly from my couch that you'll hear it in the arena.
One of the first things Cody said when he came back and when he won the title is that wouldn't be the first time that I brought a classic title back, alluding to when he brought back the classic IC.
Mhm.
And he's gone on record to say that the Winged Eagle belt is something that he is working towards bringing back. And just this is everything kind of coming together. The return of Saturday Night Main Event, Cody Rhodes in the main event. And with that video being released today, like you said, if it's anything but the Winged Eagle, it's a big letdown.
Massive disappointment.
It could be the WWF cast that Dusty.
Well, that's what
technically
Jones
won.
was saying, but that never appeared on Saturday Night's Main Event.
Yeah.
No.
The Winged Eagle debuted on Saturday Night's Main Event. So here's my question for you guys. I think it's the Winged Eagle. I think that's a done deal. I think it's absolutely the Winged Eagle. I can't see anything else. Here's my question. Do they, and I'll have my finger on the trigger, do they debut a replica that night? And what I mean by that is, of course, you have the Winged Eagle replica in the shop, right? But do they do something here where maybe on the side plates there's discs and maybe there's a WWE logo somewhere on that belt? They make a newer version and it's for sale for one night only during Saturday Night's Main Event?
If they were smart, yes.
I would be on that shit. Like
I think most of
quick.
us on the screen, if not all of us, and then a lot of people watching the show right now would be ordering that title
Hell yes.
the
What if
second it
you-
hits the shop.
What if you had the Winged Eagle? At top, it's not WWF, it's not the Legends logo, it's WWE's current logo,
Yeah.
and then you put that on the shop.
And then maybe with some side plates though, like on the side plates you have like
Just to modify it, yeah.
You can
The
have a
Rhodes just
modified
modified.
modern version. Now, granted, I think that's a great idea. Now, would that be for a one night only? Because I
Well,
think
yeah.
that's something that would make sense to have on television a little bit longer than just Saturday night main event.
He said one night only.
That's right.
So it could either be a replica that is re-leathered.
It won't be the old logo belt. You're not gonna get the old logo.
I know Dan has said that it could be one that Dave restored from a couple years ago,
Okay.
but
It'd be better if they just create, like, for me personally, I think they should do. This is Jones talking. There should be a larger version. Not quite the size of the network logo, but there should be a larger version.
Maybe like almost
Sub-
big eagle size.
I'll
Yeah,
be back. My little guy's going off again.
and sell it, and like you said, sell it that night, just like
One night only.
Or I had a conversation with someone earlier, and I agreed with this. Like, they should each, if they want to do complete nostalgia, every Saturday night's main event, they should bring back a retro belt for that night.
That would be hot.
that'd be nice.
The main event, and then you can sell it like it's guaranteed money.
Yeah. But you got to redo it. You got to redo it. Otherwise, we already have the replica.
No, I'm just saying, but yeah, like put a modern twist on it or something like that. Like with Cody, you could potentially you could add stars on the strap.
That'd be cool.
Some red, white, and blue stars on the strap, or put polka dots on the strap as a tribute to his dad.
Oh, that would be cool as hell.
I mean, you know when he opens up his coat and it's the Winged Eagle.
That place is going to. I'm looking forward to, and I'm not even a Winged Eagle guy.
How could you not be a winged eagle guy? Everybody's a winged eagle guy.
I'll put it this way: I've become a Winged Eagle guy. I prefer the all gold version. Nobody I care about had the dual blade.
Yeah, but you said WrestleMania 3 sucks. You lost a lot of credibility there.
I'm not the only one who agrees with me on that.
Joe Vatanza.
There was only like 2 good matches on the
But
card.
those 2 matches were fucking awesome.
I'm saying, but when you go back and look at it from top to bottom, it was mostly filler.
Yeah.
I thought, of course, Savage and Steamboat, okay?
Hogan Andre.
I didn't think Hogan and Andre was a good match,
But it filled the arena. That's
It
what sold
did.
92,000 tickets.
Yeah.
but it was Jake and my God, who did Jake fight? 3.
I liked Adrian and Junkyard Dog.
Dude.
So that was
You know what's funny about that match was Jesse's commentary, like, we either gonna have a Humpty Dumpty or something else, you know.
oh Adrian. Yeah, but yeah, that's right. So it was Adrian versus Piper, and then it was JYD versus Harley. I enjoyed that. I enjoyed Hercules and the murderer Billy Jack Haynes.
Honky Tonk Man versus Jake.
Yeah, that was a good match. That was actually a good match. They told a good story.
The match with the Hurt Foundation wasn't bad either.
So there you go.
The Rockers?
No, Rockers weren't there yet.
No.
Okay.
But Bundy and the Midgets versus Hillbilly Jim and the Midgets was funny. It was a funny match.
That was no.
Little Beaver.
I was ready
Skylar Low.
to skip that one all the way.
I do
around.
love Little Beaver.
Dude, that was a little like Gorilla Monsoon's commenting on the Midgets was a little over the top there. I mean,
that.
Yeah,
none
but
of
I mean,
that-
it
none of
was-
that- you can get away with none of that right about now.
It was a
Even
long
then-
time ago, man.
mhm.
No, back then you could get away with a lot.
You could.
Dude, I remember they talked about going to the Terry Garvin School of Self-Defense. They would talk about that on Primetime Wrestling all the time. And I had no idea Terry Garvin was gay and was like molesting people in the back. And like the Terry Garvin School of Self-Defense. And
That
I actually
breaking
was
news.
like-
I never knew that.
I didn't know that either.
you didn't know about Terry Garvin?
No.
Terry Garvin.
Yeah.
Oh, Terry Garvin was involved in the Ring Boy scandal.
Oh, shit.
And so, yeah. And so if you watch like some old Primetime Wrestling, they'll be like, every wrestler who there's a rumor about that's gay, Gorilla Monsoon will go, yeah, he went to the Terry Garvin School of Self-Defense.
Oh my lord!
So like every gay wrestler, he would say he went to the Terry Garvin School of Self Defense.
Wow.
Yeah, we had no idea. There was so many things you watch back on them now, like things that the announcers say that you're like, oh, but we didn't catch it back then.
It was a different world. Our vernacular was different, and what was permissible and what people said wasn't scrutinized like it is today.
Correct. Well, I always say it's a different world from where you come from. But here's a chance to make it if we focus on our goals. If you dish it, we can take it. Just remember that you've been told it's a different world.
We're gonna have Carmine back when we do have our talent show.
Yep.
Yes.
100%.
I asked for, believe it or not, I there's a Hillman College T-shirt or sweatshirt on my Christmas list, so I hope I get it. But yeah.
Now, in terms of the match card for Saturday night, I think we've gone through everything. Are we all in agreement that the Winged Eagle will be making its debut? It has to, right?
If it doesn't, they put themselves in a very bad position.
It would be such a letdown.
And if they don't sell a new replica, they put themselves in a worse.
They can make a lot of money with this.
I'm about to say it's
fans from all generations, especially if you're still watching the product and you're collecting belts, like a lot of us are, will be ordering that the second it drops.
It would be if it's not the Winged Eagle, it would be the biggest disappointment since my first sexual experience.
Wow.
It's a family show.
I was going to say it'd be the biggest disappointment since AEW tried to stop being an alternative.
Yeah.
King J. Sean, I don't think it's going to be the Big Eagles for the simple fact that Cody Rhodes has explicitly said that he is working towards bringing back that classic design, right?
Look, you got to also understand it. I think the reason it's a Winged Eagle, and I think it's not even a debate, you got to think what the Big Eagle was never on Saturday Night's Main Event.
True.
And the Winged Eagle has a storied history with Saturday Night's Main Event. The only other belt that was on Saturday Night's Main Event that I can think of was the 86. So they're not going to. I don't think that would be a disappointment too. Bringing back the 86. The Winged Eagle is such a special belt to so many people. It was the
best
belt
world
of
heavyweight title in wrestling history.
Yeah, and it was the title of our youth, right?
Yeah.
And really the title of most of Saturday Night's Main Event's history.
And it look how it crossed from that glorious history all the way up to Stone Cold Steve Austin. Like there are many years that numerous champions have held this iconic design. But Jones, you broke my heart a little bit, man. You said that at the end of the match, before we went on live tonight, we were just talking about ideas, shooting the shit. Jones, I want to give the floor to you because if this happens, I don't know if I can watch WWE anymore.
If this happens, you will hear the biggest laugh heard around the world. Everyone will hear me laughing.
Let's hear it.
One way or another, this belt needs to have a similar fate that happened when a leaping Lanny Poffo, better known as the Genius, beat Hulk Hogan by countout.
Remember that?
In a backstage interview, there was a certain someone with a hammer destroying a belt that needed to be destroyed. You brought it back. It debuted on Saturday's Night Event, and you completely destroy it again on Saturday's Night
Imagine
Event.
Kevin Owens.
Yeah, Kevin Owens is the perfect person to do it.
No, I would cry. I cried when Mr. Perfect did it. I was like, you could have gave me that belt.
I loved it. I was a Mr. Perfect guy. He should have been champion.
I agree, but to see that belt get broken, it was like, dude, anytime a belt got ruined, when Austin threw the belt in the river and The Rock threw the belt in the river.
Bro, I cringe when the plates clink and clank. All right?
When they spray painted NWO on the big gold, I was horrified by that.
I think it should happen.
As much as I would be heartbroken.
I could see that happening, though, what he just described. I could see that happening.
And Kevin Owens doing it would be the perfect guy.
It would be a big heel moment, too.
He's destroying. Remember, he said he wants to destroy everything Cody loves. You wanted this back so bad. I took it from you. Now I'm destroying it. Even if he loses, he can still destroy the belt.
Yeah.
Oh man, the marks are gonna come out that night and be like, "Oh, I'm gonna destroy my replica."
Oh yeah, there'd be a lot of replicas destroyed that night.
I want it ring accurate. Oh my god! Don't Ronnie, don't condone this behavior. It's not a. It is a good idea, but
It is.
still,
It's actually a great
It's a
idea. It
very
is a
good
great idea.
either way, I'm super excited for this this event on.
How long is it?
It's a 2-hour show. It's not a premium line event. It is a 2-hour show, and they promise to go through a lot of the history of Saturday Night Main Event.
Is it on Peacock?
It's on
Peacock
Peacock
and NBC.
And
You know
NBC Live.
Hogan's
There's
going
gonna
to
be
be
a
there,
lot of
right?
eyes on the show.
You said Hogan's going to be there, right?
That's the rumor.
Well,
How
they're
you
bringing a
gonna do
lot of
Jesse?
guys, right?
How you going to do Jesse and Hogan?
They did it for years.
Yeah, but they have a bad history.
It's going to be different. You'll probably keep him away from him. And you also got to look at it this way. The main catalyst is gone that kept Jesse away so long.
Who?
That's true.
Vince.
Vince.
Oh yeah. Well,
Although-
also listen, Jesse and Hogan got that political heat now too from this past election.
That's true.
So that'd be
I think if they're
interesting.
both on the show, they're definitely going to keep them away from one another. I
away
think
from
that's
them.
just probably the best for everybody.
Mhm.
I don't think Hogan and Jesse are going to be extending any olive branches on this Saturday.
You got to do a backstage segment with those two. You know, like listen.
Oh God,
Can you imagine?
they should bring Vince back to commentate.
Oh, don't even.
Yeah, one night only.
Vince and
What a
Jesse.
maneuver! It was like, oh, you can't figure out. This is your company. You don't know the name of the move? Oh, what a maneuver.
Jesse's got to have the bandana and everything, like the jacket, like.
Covering the bald head,
Bro,
of course.
Bro, I was watching All Stars, and the guy was giving like 3 punches in a row, and Vince is like, "What a maneuver!" I'm like, "That's not a maneuver."
Oh, it'll be good. I'm excited.
Oh, what a maneuver!
So yeah, it's not a PLE. It's not more than 2 hours. But it's going to be
Clothesline
nice
and a
retro
beauty.
night. It's going to be fun. And if the Winged Eagle does make its re-debut, it's an opportunity to make a lot of money, and I think a lot of people
If
will
it
be
doesn't,
cashing in.
Let me ask this question: do they drop they're doing a belt for everything, right? Do they drop a Saturday Night's Main Event belt?
I wouldn't be surprised if you see some kind of a replica, but this is an ongoing thing. So there's going to be another one on the 26th of January. I'm not sure.
If they
I
had
think
one with the
this
old
is just
logo, I'd
it.
take it.
I don't know if they'll do it this one. This one will probably be the Winged Eagle. The next one's so close to the Royal Rumble. I don't know if you're going to do that and try to sell the Royal Rumble belt at the same time within a week of each other.
Well, if the Royal Rumble belt is just another network logo, they're not going to sell it just like they didn't sell the Survivor Series one. It's enough with the network logo. Make a new belt. How many times? How many times are you going to buy the network logo belt? You know,
Depending upon the strap, I did like the crown jewel purple. That purple on the
That's
crown jewel
why
belt
I got
made
it.
look good.
It looked good.
The Roman belt was red. I jumped on that one. So
Whoa! You jumped on that because
I couldn't get out of Cleveland.
And it's a memory, Jones. And
I said, I'm leaving here with something.
Always treasure. You'll look back on that. Every
Yeah.
time you look at that belt, you're going to see Joey's face.
But say
Yes.
Cleveland tried to kidnap me.
when Jones heard about that flight, man, he was pissed when he
Yeah.
got back to his seats.
See, the purple is a very nice
purple and
touch.
it
Purple and the
almost
green.
looked like his Mardi Gras.
Purple
That's
and the
why I-
green look
does look-
amazing.
so this is the mini.
Full size replica of that would have been perfect.
Yeah,
This
Look
is
at
the
those
best mini
diamonds
ever
just
made.
shine.
So I don't understand why they can't do that. Why, if you could do it this small, you can do it.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? I don't understand that.
Maybe it was
Jones,
a
like you
test.
said, they did make a replica. We saw the replica on television. Maybe next year is when they drop
That's
that.
what I was thinking
full-size
that
replica.
maybe next year, since it's only going to be seen once a year.
Because that was 100% a replica on TV. That was 100%. You saw the stamp.
Exactly. I was looking. I was like, oh,
Just
I
like
was
the Rock People's title. There's also
Yes.
a replica of that made. And when is that going to drop? Who knows? I would imagine sometime soon, whenever The Rock does make his return once again.
I wanted that belt, but now I don't know if I want it. See, they should have maybe. You got
I
to
thought
get
you
me
were
like.
done.
I make the.
Yes.
if you make it
Oh, quick,
interesting,
Carmine, you haven't been on for more than 30 minutes and you're already flip flopping.
I could run for president. No, listen. If you make an interesting belt, I'm down for it. I'm down for it. It's do interesting stuff. I wish they would bring back more classic belts. More classic belts. Bring back the AWA. Why don't they make an AWA inmate? Or some of that stuff. They can do it. Why don't they?
But it would have to be for a reason, though. It's like there's nothing that's.
No, they introduced the WCW 1993 without a reason.
They own the rights, and then a good one was never made.
They own the rights to AWA. You know,
I don't know if there's a market for it though, other than
That's going to be a super niche crowd.
Yeah.
You probably would sell maybe 100 of them.
Why don't you release the WCW television or the tags?
see that would sell more. If we're talking
Yeah.
dollars and cents, that would sell more than the AWA.
but the problem is that a lot of them don't sell though, right? The nostalgia ones. Otherwise, they'd be making them. You know what sells? These damn sports belts sell, and the niche event belts sell, but they're not.
And
for
see,
me.
we're going to get to the point where the winged eagle isn't as honorary as it is to us, which with the future generations, because they're not going to know the history like we do because they didn't grow up with it.
Well, no, there's a reason. The most popular one they have, I believe, is the spinner, right?
Yeah.
Look at who the market is, right?
Yeah,
Look at
Cena.
who those kids and young adults who are in their 20s, what did they grow up watching?
I hate that damn belt. I'll always hate that belt. I got the CM Punk spinner though. That's a nice one. And the SmackDown 25th, I got that. That's a nice one.
The Punk Signature Series looked really
Very
nice.
It is nice. It is.
Probably one of the best signature series belts that they've released.
Yeah, they've been doing such a crappy job with some of them.
They didn't overly exaggerate anything. They just changed the color.
Yeah.
Put the
Punk
time
symbol.
the symbol on there. Simple business 101.
Yep.
Keep it simple,
Well,
stupid.
it's like with the Crown Jewel belt. Like the reason I got it is the colors just really pop. It's the same with the Roman belt. The colors really pop. But a lot of these, like to me, that the one they did for Survivor Series was one of the laziest jobs they've ever done for a belt. I got the SummerSlam one because I thought the colors were cool.
Mm-hmm.
And I figured Cleveland really needs the money. That shithole.
Yeah,
So
happens. I got the side plates just for the hell of it.
did you?
I can't completely bash Cleveland. Cleveland treated me well, except not letting me out.
You and Marabito.
Yeah, Cleveland tried to kidnap people.
Speaking of Mirabito, at least he's making the trip to Toronto, unlike some of you on this screen. So there's
Well,
always
here-
time.
I'm going to break kayfabe here. Miravito was supposed to let me know when he was doing it. It just didn't.
I had to remind Mirabito because he's on this damn cruise and he was too blackout drunk to remember when the tickets went on sale.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess it was my fault for not reminding.
I bought the
Mirabito to
SummerSlam
remind
tickets when those two were sleeping.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So I bought them and I'm like, yo, this is the price.
Jones, come to the chamber, experience Toronto. Don't listen to Carmine and his politics and his views about Canada. All right, come on over to the north side of the border. See what true freedom is.
I will say that poutine is good.
It is pretty damn good.
Mm-hmm.
Poutine is worth the trip. We call them disco fries in America, but it's the same concept. They're
And
pretty
have a
awesome.
real Tim Hortons coffee, not the fake stuff that you guys do.
We have Tim Hortons here.
We have
That's
Tim Hortons
not
here.
real. The second it crosses the border, it's not. You go to Dunkin'.
Listen,
When I was
you
in Buffalo, that shithole the last time, do you think I went to Tim Hortons?
and also, if it'd be a chance to experience firsthand what communism is, which is great.
Wow.
You're the first one I'd deport, Carmine. Toronto does have, believe it or not, people talk about New York traffic. They talk about LA traffic. Statistically, Toronto has the worst traffic in North America.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, they've
That's
never been to New
insane.
Jersey.
Horrible.
About to say Jersey and New York or enter the conversation quite often.
You guys can look it up. Ronnie knows one of our police officers also was very kind to Ronnie because he could have got a ticket the last time he was here. But we're a little bit kinder on this side of North America.
Dude, being in Little Italy in New York and all that, like you park your car, you're like bumper to bumper.
Bumper to bumper, the avenue's packed. You got to get away before the jackers jack.
Police on the scene. Do you know what I mean?
They passed me up, confronted all the dope fiends. If there was a problem, yo, I'll solve it.
Check out the hook while the DJ.
Maybe I'll
Matt, baby.
This is fun.
That
This
was
has been a lot of
cold.
fun.
That was
Toronto.
Listen, come to Toronto. I'll show you a good time. You'll understand what communism is truly, and we'll go out for drinks. We'll go for good food.
Last time somebody said, come to Toronto, I'll show you a good time. Their mayor got arrested.
His brother's our premier now in Ontario. So
Is he really?
yeah, he is. So we'll see what happens. Jones, I'll never say never. We'll see what happens. Joey,
it's not out the question.
I can't convince you.
Yeah, not happening.
No.
It's,
Anyways, we're gonna do a live.
You could be like the third black guy in Canada, man. It'd be great. Unless you count Trudeau when he paints his face for
Oh
college
my
party.
God. I was waiting for that. I was waiting for you to slide that in there. Any opportunity you got.
Well, Trudeau
My
waits for a lot of guys to slide it in there, but
Yeah.
I think the listen, man. Shameful. But yeah, no, man. Toronto. Here's something interesting. Did you know Toronto is outside of Italy is the city with the most Italians in the world?
Come to Woodbridge.
Which is why you know Toronto's awesome.
It is. Carmine, you'll have to make your way up here one day.
Making your way in the world today takes everything you've got. Taking a break from all your worries sure would help a lot.
I would definitely like to get away right about now.
So would I. Any final thoughts, gentlemen, before we call this show?
Don't not re-debut the Winged Eagle. If you don't, you're gonna cause a riot. Because you should have never said anything and just brought back the belt without even teasing it.
Correct.
So nobody would have cared.
Now everybody cares. I gotta agree.
It's only a matter of time. All right, I gotta stop the music for 1 second. I got something to say.
Oh, here we go.
I've got something to say. With this whole turf war bullshit. The last time I'm gonna say anything about this, because I think there's a lot of people that take snippets here and there, cut it, send it to their group chats, send it to their buddies, and things get taken out of context.
Right.
This all needs to stop. We stay in our lane, you stay in yours. We do our thing, you do yours. This is not a battle. This is not a competition. This is something we all do for fun. Whether you are part of PTM, you are part of BAM, or you're part of the abundance of other podcasts that are affiliated with the belt hobby in some way, shape, or form, this is what we do for fun. This is what we do during our spare time. And at the end of the day, we are all grown-ups. We're all adults, and I don't want to be preachy here. But this is something we do to get away from the stress of our day-to-day lives, our work, our families, when we have the time to do so. Let's keep it civil. Let's keep it respectful, shall we? I think that's the least we can do as grown adults, as grown men. Some of us are parents. Let's be good role models for our children. Okay? That's all I have to say.
And
Final thoughts?
I'll piggyback on that to say that I had no idea people were mentioning me on other shows until tonight. So I have, I don't know, like if you have a group that you've kicked me out of or you've unfriended me, rest assured, I'm not aware of it. I don't care.
They didn't mention you by name, but they throw little.
They make their jabs.
They
Yeah,
do
I'm sure.
comments. They do comments as well.
If I see a comment, like I'll know. But who cares? My life has been awesome. I don't care. This is just funsies for me. And the whole point is, I'd like to be friends with everybody. I don't want to have enemies. But you know what? Here's one thing I will say: is that like people that have unfriended me or stopped talking to me for whatever reason they did that, they can stay gone. Like they would not be welcome back. If I see a friend request from them, I would ignore it. If I saw an invite to their group, I would ignore it. Because you've made your decision. And what that tells me is that you're an adult that has temper tantrums and I don't need that kind of shit in my life. So it'd just be a matter of time before you had another tantrum, and I'm not gonna walk on eggshells in any relationships in my life. So if that's what you chose to do is to unfriend me or whatever, then understand that you've made a permanent decision. And that's that. I forgive a lot of things. I've forgiven a lot of people. Because I'm not a grudge holder, and I don't feel, but it's not that I'm not mad at those people that unfriended me or kicked me out of their groups or whatever. I'm not mad. What's the word? I just don't care. Like, I don't get bothered with it again. You know what I mean? Does that make sense? Like,
Yep.
who needs the damn headache, right? Like, I got other shit going on in my life. And again, like, it wasn't like I'll say it again. It wasn't like I put on a Matt Panetta t-shirt and started dancing around my house. I just I don't have a
Actually,
reason.
I made T-shirts. If you want to order one,
I will. Yeah, sure. If I get a discount, I got a discount code, which is Canada Sucks. By the way, you go there, you put that in, Canada Sucks, 15% off. But I have a lot of good friends in Canada. Actually, that's no joke. I got a lot of good friends in Canada. You know,
you're gonna lose one tonight.
I do. I do. I have a lot of good. Listen, Canada's a great country. If you were allowed to have like freedom and shit, that'd be awesome. But it's a great country. Going to make a great state. But ultimately, all joking aside, I think that's I think a lot of people are really bored and they have nothing else going on in their life but the belt hobby. And so this is like the epicenter of life for them. And so like everything that happens in here is expounded upon so much, which I understood during the pandemic. It was the epicenter really of all of our lives during the pandemic because we all had nothing going on. You couldn't go to work, you couldn't do anything. We were sitting at this damn computer all day and doing belt shit. So it was the epicenter of all of our lives. But I think some people have hung on to that. It's still the epicenter of their lives, and that's great. I mean, everybody has to have a thing if that's your thing. But I think to those people, things get expounded upon. And if you know me, like in any regard, telling me that or pressuring me to dislike somebody for no reason doesn't fly with me. You can't pressure me to do something because I'll do the exact opposite anyway. But if you want me to be angry at somebody, you got to give me a good reason and not some silly bullshit. That was to me silly bullshit. So anyway, I didn't. That's my whole take on it. I don't want to sound like I'm a victim because I don't care. I'm going to stick with what Matt said here and just say, go do your thing. If nobody's bothered, that was my whole point actually with you, was that Matt's not bothering anybody. So if he's not bothering anybody, why are you doing this? It doesn't make sense. You're picking a fight. That's how I felt. And again, that's not into anybody in particular. It's just to a general thing. So just go do your thing and have fun. If this is about having fun, just have the damn fun. Right. And again, I just want to point out again, I'm not talking about Ethan because I know it was misconstrued last time that I was. Ethan didn't say shit to me about talking to you or give me any crap about that or anything like that. So it wasn't he who caused the issue. And everybody should really just enjoy Saturday Night's Main Event, especially if you're of our age. This should be a really fun night for you, especially I think all the nostalgia. I can really care less with the matches. It's the nostalgia shit that I'm down for. So
yeah, it'll be fun. And just to kind of summarize everything without repeating ourselves, this is why we do what we do. To have a good time, to talk wrestling, just shoot the shit and have fun, guys.
And Joe, and by the way, Joe's Halloween special is now live on Apple TV if you want to see it. Not Halloween,
yeah.
Christmas special. Christmas special. He's
Charlie
great.
Brown is alive and well.
Yes, Charlie.
Michael Jones, the head of the meat, sir. I think you should close us off tonight.
Point blank simple. Watch what you want to watch. Enjoy what you want to watch. Live how you want to live. Don't hurt anybody in the process. And enjoy yourselves until next week, because you never know where I might pop up.
Without further ado, on behalf of Pounding the Meat podcast, thank you for tuning in on our very first episode on Wednesday nights, our new home at 8 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Carmine Sabia, it's a pleasure having you on, sir.
Thank you for having me.
Have a great night. Joey, all the best with your future endeavors, my friend. I'm very happy for you. Very excited. Has nothing to do with.
I'm about to say he's not getting kicked off the show, so don't
This is
don't
real
run
life.
with that.
Yeah.
Don't run with that.
He got future endeavored.
I don't I don't get removed.
No. But thank you
What
very
happened?
much for watching.
He said he doesn't what?
Oh. He forgets who he's talking to, right? I kick people off.
Forget this Canada bullshit. Okay. I'm an original. I run shit. You just got on a couple
Listen,
months.
I didn't ask to come on here. All right, motherfucker.
I'm the OG. You guys have a great night.